it. Because Job has been faithful, I want to highlight his faithfulness to the demonic. And the devil says, of course he's going to be faithful. After all, look what you've given him. He's got all this sheep. He's got all this cattle. He's got all these sons and all these daughters. Of course Job is going to be faithful to you. And he said, but if he didn't have those things, would he still be faithful? And here's what God said, all right, try him out. Test him out. All right, I leave his stuff to you, and you can do with it what you want. The text says that Job has just had feast with his kids, and they were together at one of the sons' house. When one of the servants from one of his son's house came and said, all your cattle has been destroyed. And another came to him and said, all your sheep have been destroyed. And suddenly Job does not have a thing. And yet, after that, it says that a wind came, tore down the house where they were feasting. All your sons are dead, and all your daughters are dead. And here is Job's response. Job tears his clothes. He cuts off his hair. He begins to grieve. But his statement is, the Lord gave, and the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Now let me put a pin in it here, because this is what I want you to see. I want you to see this consistent confession of confidence. Because what Job is teaching us is he does not love God for what God does. He loves God for who God is. He understands something that some of us forget, that our relationship with God ought to be predicated on his person and not his provision. Just like the devil said to God, that the devil can make the same accusation of many who live today, that as long as everything is right, as long as you got stuff, as long as the bills are paid, as long as you can make the mortgage, as long as you got your health and strength, as long as your kids are doing well, it is easy to maintain praise. Come on, I can maintain a positive attitude by God when everything in my life is going right. But Job teaches us that we ought to love the God who blesses and not the blessings of God. In other words, every now and then you have to be reminded that God is not in relationship with us just when things go right. We need to be reminded that all of that is ancillary to our relationship with God, because our relationship is not predicated on my job. It comes and goes. It's not predicated even on my kids doing well. Sometimes they right, sometimes they're wrong. It's not predicated on me feeling good. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Our relationship is not predicated on anything that God does. Our relationship is predicated on who he is.